And today I want to talk about why you should be looking into being a part of an exhibition through things that I learned and may help you to have a better first experience when you put yours together. So, intro time. What's up and welcome back to the channel. So happy to see you back here. So if you're new to the channel, let's start by doing the thing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the subscription bell as well so you get notifications when I post a video. Make sure you like this video, and since there's gonna be a lot of good content here, make sure you send this to your friends so you can start planning your own photography exhibition or art exhibition really, but you know. For you who's new to the channel, I recently led and participate in a photography exhibition, which I'm gonna leave the link for the video on the card right here. So you can go check it out and see a little bit of how the day itself went. But in this video, I want you to think of your next or possibly first exhibition. Okay, let's start listing things that I learned when I was organizing, which I didn't do on my own, and participating on this exhibition. So, number one, it's not as hard as it seems, but it does need a lot of work. Yes, let's get the polemic out of there already on the first topic. It's not as hard as you imagine to put on a photography exhibition. You just never tried. You need to work on it, like a lot, but you can make it happen. Everything that we did was super simple, but we made it happen, and that's what matters in the end. All you really need are a few connections of friends who want the same thing as you, and together you guys are gonna figure it out. Also, there are many ways how you can make your own exhibition. Like, there are no rules. You're making the exhibition, so you put on the rules you want. Number two, and this is super important, create a strong team that wants the same thing as you do. From the first moment when we started talking about the exhibition, the five of us had the kind of exact same idea of what we wanted to be. We wanted simple, no drinks, no rival, just five guys talking about photography, talking about their work, to people who want to see that. That's all we wanted. None of us had been part of an exhibition before. Well, one of us had, but that was years ago. We wanted to make it simple, that's the point. Having the same kind of goal is gonna make way easier in the end. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a guitar class just under my apartment. So you may be listening to some people practicing guitar. You used to do that on Tuesdays. Number three, if you can show a business how the exhibition can be good for them, it's very likely they will open the doors for you and your friends to show your work. For example, we had our exhibition in a bar restaurant. Two main things that I brought to the manager when I approached them for the first time to talk about it. The first one is that it was a nice way of bringing new customers into the venue in a quiet day. We had the venue for us on a Saturday morning and afternoon, which is a time that usually the venue is not busy. So on top of not being in the way, as in if you were trying to do on a busy day, we actually brought in a lot of new customers, which was good for the venue because they kept the profit from the bar. And the second thing that I told him is that it is actually really interesting for a venue to show that they support their local artists. It's good for the relationship of the business with the community to show that they are using local producers or that they are supporting local artists. Anything like this is good for the venue. You can call it PR if you want, but it is good for the venue to show to the community that they care about their local artists. So with these suggestions, we actually managed to have the place for us without having to pay for the venue and without having to give them a commission, as long as we brought people in that would then spend money on the bar, kind of as part of the entire experience. But then again, it doesn't have to be like that. This is just the way how we chose to make it. But if you're planning to make your own exhibition and you give them a drink on arrival, of course it gets easier if you already know the people from the venue. For example, I used to work in that building, so it made it easier because I already had relationship with the management team. But don't let this stop you. There are emails, there are phone calls, you can approach them in different ways. If you find this is the right venue, make sure you show the venue how this can be good for them. Number cuatro, you're gonna need to spend some money. I know this is kind of obvious, but there's more to it than you can actually think. If you're thinking that your expenses are gonna be only the prints that you can then sell, let me give you some reality. I actually made a list. Printing, framing, license for websiting, in case you wanna have a website, highly recommended. Packaging, stands or easels, a special pen because you can't just sign your prints with regular pen, cardboards for protection. I included in every photo a handwritten message about the photo. Like, the list is long. Summing up, there are more costs than the ones you think initially, and it's important that you're ready for them. Otherwise, you're gonna have to start compromising with things that you don't want to compromise. Also, when you buy, I don't have to say this, but when you buy, make sure you buy actual decent stuff, because I bought some easels that I was not proud of. They wouldn't hold my frames. So thankfully, one of the guys had a spare one, and he saved me, because, you know, if he didn't have that one, I would just not be able to put one of my frames there. So when you buy, make sure you buy properly, you know, don't be like me. Number 5, don't rush it, but once you get a confirmation from the venue, set up a date. You need time to make it happen. You need time to get the event organized, you need time to get your prints, you need time to get your frames, you need time to promote the event. That's very important as well. So give yourself this time. For example, I would much rather have done this exhibition in January instead of February, because my fiance was away the entire February and I obviously really wanted her to be there with me. But the guys and I weren't ready in January. Long story short, you need time to make it happen. If you try to rush it, you probably won't have enough time to do everything you want in the way you want. So give yourself time, but do set up a date. Think about the date now. Think about how long it's gonna take you to get everything organized to have an exhibition. I set up the date, well, not the specific date, but the time of the year, when we were in Scotland last November. I told the guys I'd be ready in February, and they had to be as well, otherwise they would be left out. This pressure of having the date already set up made all of us get out of our asses and actually getting the exhibition done. Number 6, if you take the lead, take the lead. Every event needs someone to take the lead and be in the front. I took the lead on this event, but I am not someone who has the experience of organizing events. So I invited the guys, I organized the venue, but at some stage, I just left so much of the decisions to be a group decision instead of actually making the decision. In the end, we didn't have problems because we had a strong team, topic 2, but maybe this could have turned out in a very different way. Every event needs someone to be in front, to organize, to delegate, to make decisions. So if you decide to be this person, go from the beginning to the end. Don't stop leading in the middle of the way. We're halfway already, okay? Number 7, it won't be perfect. You can plan for everything, try to foresee every situation, but listen, it won't be perfect. This is a learning curve. There will be things that you won't see before it's actually too late. There are things that simply won't work in the way you want, and things that you see in the process that is just an opportunity for the next one. And all of these are learning opportunities. Use these learning opportunities, turn them into experience, and you're gonna have a next one even better. For example, from the 5 of us, 4 were Brazilian. 4 Brazilians making an exhibition abroad, and none of us thought about calling the embassy and invite them to come over to the event. That's huge. That would be huge for them. I'm very inclined to say that they would be very interested and they would love to support us. None of us thought of it until someone, who's not even a Brazilian, said, why'd you not call the embassy? Because we didn't think of it. Experience. Take this as experience. Use it on the next one. Which number is it? 8? 8, yeah. Number 8. Organize it well and don't leave everything for the last moment. The classic. But that's true. Like, I left a lot of stuff to be done in the last days, and there was a lot of stress that I went through that I probably didn't need. If you have everything done days before, just put it in a bag and just leave it there. Don't take anything out of it. If you think of something else that you may use, then you just add to that bag. This is gonna be huge for you on the day. Be like, oh, did I take this? Did I take that? Everything is there, ready for you, waiting for you. You made it, you organized it. You don't have to stress out. Something that actually helped me a lot was to make lists of things that I had to do and the deadline that I need that to be done. And once it was done, I would actually cross it. And the satisfaction of crossing really helped me getting into the next thing. Almost there. Number 9. Communication is key. Well, this is probably right in more than one aspect in life, but having clear communication with everyone is really important. Both your partners in the exhibition, any supplier that you may have, in the venue that you're working with, your public, and everyone else that is included, really. For example, the company who made the frames misunderstood the date of the exhibition, and they wanted to send me the frames the night before the exhibition. What if something went wrong with them? What if they made one mistake? So be clear. Tell people what you need, when you need, how you need. And that applies also for dealing with other people. Sometimes there will be different ways of thinking, and communication there is essential to keep the group together. Oh, they're playing a song that I like now. Nice. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. Double digits. Number 10, get prepared for the day. I can say I did this one very well. Since I was making my website of the prints, shameless self-promote, link down here. Anyway, since I was making my website for the prints, I had the history of all the photos on the tip of the tongue. I also had all the camera information in the case of any other photographer asked me about it. And guess what? Not once, not twice, but quite a few times people ask me, like, how many seconds was that long exposure? How would that make you look like if you don't know the answer? Or if you can't get the answer for that person right away? Also, get prepared physically. Like, we didn't have time for lunch, we didn't have time for bathroom breaks. So make sure you have some sort of protein bars or something like this that will keep you going through the day. Just because if that goes well, and it will, you won't have time to stop. I'm gonna hit my 2 liters goal just recording this video. 11. Don't expect to make sales, but expect to make connections. Since you spend some money to make the exhibition, it's quite likely you will want to make some sales. Well, I sold as many as I expected, but not as many as I wanted. It's not everyone who's there who will want to buy your photos. But I'll tell you now, everyone who's there wants to make connections. Focus on that. Connections are more important than sales. One single sale won't change your life, but a connection might. But I'll tell you a secret. Making sales is a great feeling. Especially when you think that that person is gonna look at your photo every single day, because it's gonna be in their kitchen or their living room. So just stop a second and think about how much it really means to sell a photo. It's a great feeling. And number 12, it is a damn great opportunity. Either if you plan to sell your prints as a business, or if you just want to make network, being part of an exhibition is an incredible opportunity. It has its costs, but in the moment that the first person tells you that they like your first photo, that cost is already forgotten. It is a great opportunity to get your name out there and start to get known. It is a great opportunity to meet people to go take photos with. It is a great opportunity to make a little bit of money, either if it is selling prints there or if it is launching a brand. It is a great opportunity to start making a little bit of a passive income. But mainly, it is a great opportunity for you as an artist to show your work in great quality. Seeing photos on the phone is meh. We see thousands of them a day. On the laptop, well, it's a little bit better. Like, screen's bigger, probably better. You can zoom here and there. But seeing them printed and seeing people holding them and talking about them, you will only have this opportunity if you put yourself out there. I'm gonna call this a bonus tip because it was supposed to be 12, but I don't really like the number 12. So, number 13, get ready to feel deep emotions. As I said on the wrap up of the video in the exhibition, it was being quite hard for me to express myself, and I'm usually quite the opposite. It was quite a lot of emotions happening there. I had lots of friends supporting me. I had people who influenced me to push forward supporting me. I had people who I look up to supporting me, and a lot of people who I met on that day supporting me, telling me my photography was great, telling me my work was great. There was this one moment that I had 2 photographers who I really look up to, and they were discussing and pinpointing things about my photos and talking about it, complimenting it. That is a feeling that I'm gonna take with me for the rest of my life. So if that doesn't count as motivation, I really don't know what does. So I hope this video has inspired you to get out there and show your work. I'm very happy to help you if you have any questions, so make sure you put them in the comments. I'll be happy to help and reply to every single one of them. If you think this video helped you in a way, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because at this moment 82% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So come on, give us that little bit of support. Also, I'm gonna assume you already liked the video just there in the beginning, but make sure you did. Like, it really helps. And finally, I really think there's a lot of good information on this video, and it really deserves to be shared with people who are thinking of making their first exhibition. So make sure you share with your friends, because you know this may help someone. So thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in your exhibition, and I'll see you in the next video.